Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure, you see. And after several nights, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. Then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
My name is Montag. Tonight I woke up panting and sweating, and I don't know what is happening to me. I have been waking up several nights like this, and maybe it is time to do something about it. The past week, during a service, I found this old voice recorder and I decided to keep it. Talking to this device feels like some sort of autobiography that Captain mentioned, and certainly I have an idea of how the writers of the ancient times started to write. Perhaps they used to rely on emotion as an inspiration. I don't understand how the captain said the books have nothing to offer but fear and unhappiness. I don't know how he dares to say that people in books are dead, and then he states that those same people encourage their readers to live a life that is not possible to achieve. I understand what he told me about fireman curiosity towards the books, but I am realizing that reading feels like dreaming.
If you awaken from this illusion, and you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies death, you can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental. What you are basically, deep, deep down, far, far in, is simply the fabric and structure of existence itself.
The joy, sadness, fear, love, hatred, life and death, everything's connected. I began to understand why that poor old lady decided to die as a martyr. After all, the sacrifice is the pinnacle of human emotions. So, I look back and I feel pity for the old me, for the poor Millie whose heart has turned into stone, blinding her to the imminent nuclear war. But, on the other hand, I felt empty when I knew about Clary's death, and to this day I feel how her questions still pierce into my head. "Are you happy?" she said, and I answered, "Happy of all the nonsense." Nevertheless, the truth is that I was not, due to the fact that I started to be aware of my surroundings. I started to feel, to live, and I don't know how to handle this bunch of emotions, you know? No one will understand this. But wait, I remember something. I remember a name. the professor favor. He will understand these thoughts, these feelings. He could explain me all the insight behind the books, why people fear them, why people decide to close to the books. He might have some answers, and maybe he will explain this awakening.